Good morning, pop pickers. That's one for the oldies. So Adam from Sales Academy, coming to you live and alive as always. So I want to share with you a conversation I had, and it relates to marketing. It relates to being prolific on social and content creation and all that sort of stuff. But it's in a story, it's in a reality-based kind of example. So I had the pleasure of it. So today's episode, by the way, is called, this musing today is Trickling Over the Dam. Trickling Over the Dam. And let me explain more. So I had the pleasure of reconnecting with an old colleague of mine. And I'm saying this is going back to 2006, 2007. And we worked together in a large distribution tech industry. And I love this guy because he was always very, and I said this to him, I gave him this feedback the other day. He was always very considered in his approach. And as you know about me, the one thing I dislike about salespeople are the kind of salespeople that epitomize everything that I despise about salespeople, right? And any of the training organizations that celebrate that stuff and encourage and train people to be that freaking bell end, they just need putting out. They just need a great big horse injection because we need to teach people to be better human beings, right? And what I loved about this guy is, and what I've always loved about him is he's very thoughtful, very considered, and he understands. So he's got like what I would classify as an engineering brain. So, and I consider engineering salespeople to be some of the best salespeople in the world because they truly give a shit about the solution. They truly give a shit about the customer, and they're not just interested in getting a fast buck and moving on, right? So they're trying to find the solution that fits all parties. So to do that, they naturally go through the process of consultative selling. They naturally go through the process of diagnosing all the pain points and trying to figure out whether their solution is the right solution or not, and are brave enough and bold enough to turn around and go, I don't think we can help. I don't think we're the best based on everything we found out. But hey, mate, here's somebody I can, this is the stuff that we teach. And I love this guy because he naturally had this approach. And by the way, if he's listening today, probably still doesn't realize that he has that best approach, right? But he does. And yeah, so we were having a conversation and it was lovely to reconnect with him. And during the conversation, we were just catching up on old times and catching up on different stories and where his direction of travel has gone and my direction of travel has gone. And I've loved staying in contact and on Facebook personally as well, seeing his family grow and his personal life and stuff, but also the environments that he's worked in. So he's catching up with all that stuff. And he said a couple of things. And one of them was, I just had to reach out to you because I was feeling a little bit stuck and this, that, and the other. And I said, okay, cool. And as we got into that conversation, and all of them will remain confidential, and I was able to just ask questions and poke and support and listen and share stories and, relatable stuff. And I could see a release in him. I could see a bit of okay, so now I've said it out loud. Now I've kind of admitted to it. Now I've shared it. It's a bit more real, but it's also gone from being left in here, right? Closed-hearted, locked down and stuff. So he said this stuff, and that will start to percolate different thinking, different actions, different decisions in this individual, which will start to change for the better where they are, what they're doing, what they're getting, right? So during the conversation, I said to him, mate, what triggered you to actually get in contact? What was it that triggered you to get in contact? Because we've stayed in contact loads of, but from a business point of view, what's kind of triggered you? And he said that phrase. He was like, that's a brilliant question. And to be honest, Dad, it wasn't one particular thing, but quite a lot lately. I've seen you, I've heard you, and I felt you, and you've shared stuff that's really resonated, and you've shared stuff that's got me thinking. So it was more like the trickle over the dam, the trickle that kind of broke the dam, that build up of water that got to a point where you just started trickling over the dam. And I felt it was right to then reach out and go, can I bounce some ideas off? Can I get a little bit of sounding board? Which is exactly what he did. And it really resonated with me. And I said to him at the time, I'm going to do a podcast episode on this because when I talk about being prolific on social, when I talk about being prolific with your marketing, and this is coming from somebody who is a sales person, right? A professional, and I love my industry. But fundamentally, black and white is your business doesn't exist if you don't market it. No one knows, right? So you might have a limited company, you might even have a bank account set up, and all that, but no one gives a shit. No one knows, right? Unless you start marketing. And then the quality of your marketing and the quantity and the consistency of all that sort of stuff in your marketing is starting to get out there to let people know who you are, what you do, why they would buy from you, and everything else, right? And I say it in that order: who you are, what you do, and why they would buy from you. Because there's potentially loads of people doing what you do, but why you? Why would they reach out to you? Why do they want to connect with you, right? And that's not about what you do. They already know they need what you do, and like I say, they can get that from everybody else. So why you? It's always a question. So that trickling over the dam is all about, we look at Sales Academy's content, and for years, this has been a very simple process. I've shared this, there's no secret to it, but it's looking at it from our strategy is everything we share is about education, inspiration, motivation, poking the bear, and having fun. Those are our 5 kind of categories of content that we share. So we want to share stuff that educates you. So anything around business, finance, marketing, leadership, cash flow, systems, processing, improvements, leverage, getting time back, structuring your day differently, all that sort of stuff. Strategic planning, sales planning, targets, and emotional intelligence as well. So all of this stuff combined is what we teach, and there's yups of that. That's a true West Country phrase, right? There's yups of that stuff in education. And actually, when we share that education stuff, we tend to find that it can inspire people to take action. It can motivate them to move it forward and change direction from where they are, and just to physically get in touch and go, actually, I could do with a conversation. I could do with some support. I could do with some help. Actually, could you do that with my team? Is this something? And regularly people get back in touch and they're like, are you still doing this? Because when we did, absolutely, we've not changed what we do. We just do it better and more prolific than we ever have before. We've got a team of coaches within Sales Academy. We've got hospitality experts. We've got well-being experts. We've got physical. We've got mental health. We've got so many areas. We've got leadership. We've got sales training. We've got the whole business coaching piece. We've got spirituality. There's so many areas of support that we've got within the community of Sales Academy that we can literally drop ship into businesses. So our marketing has to share all that stuff in educational formats, and every now and again with a call to action as well, but share stuff that gets you thinking and acting differently, because that's our bloody purpose, to get you thinking and acting different. So if we can be the trickle over the dam, then I'm happy to be that. So to this man who shared that with me and is in contact with me, and I look forward to speaking again very soon, know you're one of the best salespeople out there because of the natural person that you are. The very best version of you is the best business and salesperson you will ever be, and marketing person, right? So back yourself, trust yourself, believe yourself. And if something's awry at the moment, don't compromise who you are just to fit, because you're better than that. So let's be that trickle over the dam. That's what I'm using for today, people. Enjoy it. Catch up with you soon. Get in touch. Let's have a conversation.